Juan Carlos is known as the Providence miracle. Sister Vilma is his godmother. Without her aid, the young man living in a small hamlet 3 hours from needed medical treatment would have died. Like others in Arcatao and the surrounding region, he faces challenges but is filled with a joy for life that shines through whenever he smiles. People living in the mountains of El Salvador were targets during the Civil War. Atrocities and murders were common. An estimated 75,000 civilians lost their lives. Archbishop Oscar Romero is the most famous martyr, but many loved ones also died simply for living where they did. The parishioners of St. Bartholomew in Arcatao, near the Honduran border, remember the dead. In the parish church, scenes from the war are interspersed with the Stations of the Cross, while the parish maintains a museum nearby to commemorate the war. They also host a sanctuary in which the remains of many who died are interned. Today, the community is growing, and St. Bartholomew is a vibrant center. Sister of Providence, Vilma Franco, is a native of the region. As a small child, her father was killed in front of her eyes during the war. She hid in the mountains for several weeks afterward. After becoming a Sister of Providence, Sister Vilma returned to help with the healing despite her grief and difficult memories. She works toward both the physical and spiritual needs of the surrounding community. One of the most important health services is simply driving people to their medical appointments 3 hours away in San Salvador. Sister Vilma often begins her pickups at 3 in the morning.
I feel very blessed and very happy that Sister Vilma has been helping us. Nobody in the community had been paying attention, especially to Juan Carlos, until Sister Vilma found us. She helps us to the hospital whenever he needs it. My son is a Providence miracle.
We bring people in the community medication and take basic readings like their temperature and blood pressure. I'll help Sister Vilma transport people to the hospital, and, since I am a nurse, sometimes I can stay with them during their stay.
In addition to healthcare, Sister Vilma ministers at St. Bartholomew, where the parish priest can only visit once a month. She coordinates the parish council, organizes and trains catechists and altar servers, conducts liturgical services, enlivens ministry with a youth dance company, and much more. Sacramental prep is a big job in the thriving community. First Communion and confirmation classes are the core of passing on the faith to the next generation. Jessica Ortega is one of many catechists trained by Sister Vilma.
Before Sister Vilma arrived, we had to go to another town for catechism class. We're very happy to have her here. The children love to come to class. Sometimes they come 2 hours early and I have to scoot them off to go home.
What is a very life-giving part of teaching for me is when I see all the children working on the arts projects and the different games I prepare for them. I like to see their happiness and the joy in learning about Jesus. Before Sister Vilma, we only had classes for the older children. She added catechism classes for young children as well. Now we have a much more complete program.
Juan Francisco coordinated the altar servers at St. Bartholomew. He is heading off to college next year to study journalism and uses the values he learned at the parish as a radio announcer at the local station.
Well, for starters, Sister Vilma is the spirit of wanting to help. She helped prepare all of us to learn about the life of the Lord. She has been a spiritual guide and has been a great teacher.
Part of my ministry at St. Bartholomew is helping to maintain our historical memory. Every year we remember the martyrs of the war. It is important for all of us to remember them.
Then there are the big fiestas. Here people from nearby Los Pozos celebrate the Feast of Jesus the Rescuer. The faithful gather from miles around, sharing a meal of the Eucharist and, afterward, chicken soup. St. Bartholomew is a parish full of hope. Sister Vilma is part of the ministry that Providence has planted and nurtured among the people of Arcatao who actively minister to each other. They have built a vibrant and loving community. Where there once was destruction, now there is love, fellowship, and joy.